What's going on, everybody? I'm back with another reaction. How the hell is y'all doing, man? I hope everybody doing good. We got Lowkey 200 bars of fire. Are y'all kidding me right now? 200 bars of fire. I can. Just off the title, I'm ready to frickin' jump out of my damn room. You know what I mean? And we know he's gonna come correct and bring facts, logic, and knowledge. Every time I listen to this dude, I'm always learning something. I did not know Earl Grey was an actual person. You know what I mean? You know, come to think of it, when you see it, well, like, yeah, no shit, it's an actual person, but I just didn't think. You know what I mean? And to hear that he put 20 million into the slave trade, I was like, what? That's crazy. So, we're gonna let the teacher speak. And we're gonna listen. This is Lowkey 200 bars of power.
TV live tracks.
200 bars, SBTV, exclusive.
Oh!
Guess who's back from the land of the nomads, land of the scallywags, land of the toe racks, land where they don't Snapchat and they don't dab. We were fractured to fragments.
Land where they don't Snapchat and they don't dab. Does he mean dab like take a dab, or does he mean dab like what's up, dog? You know what I mean? "14 seconds in. This is great.
Nomads, land of the scallywags, land of the toe racks, land where they don't Snapchat and they don't dab. We were fractured to fragments, it's so sad. Guess who's back from the land of the nomads, land of the scallywags, land of the toe racks, land where they don't Snapchat and they don't dab. We were fractured to fragments, it's so sad. We were captured as chapters in notepads, where the have-lots rub from the don't haves.
We were captured as what with the notepad?
We were captured as chapters in notepads, where the
We were captured as something with notepads.
lots rub from the don't haves, where the fractured to fragments is so sad. We were captured as chapters in notepads, where the have lots rub from the don't haves, where the
Went from what? Something about having lots of work to the don't haves? I gotta hear that again.
chat and they don't dab. We were fractured to fragments, it's so sad. We were captured as chapters in notepads, where the have lots rub from the don't haves, where the caps locks lost in the phone tap emojis, minus emotion and vocaps.
With a cap locks, what? Something about phone taps, emoji, what the heck?
Where the have lots rub from the don't haves, where the caps locks lost in the phone tap emojis, minus emotion and vocab. 7 years.
Emojis minus emotion. Oh man. I can't explain the bar, but I know what he means. Like, everybody uses these emojis, but there really ain't no emotion behind it. They're just pictures. I think that's what he's saying. And by the way, y'all, I love how you guys, I love how you guys put the pieces together for me about, like, some bars that I missed or something that I completely don't understand, because it's like the accent was too thick, or I couldn't pick it up, or he's talking about something that I don't know. Like, I appreciate you guys so much, man, to come through and just be like, what you meant was this, blah, 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 blah. Like, I'm learning from y'all, too. Like, this is cool. Let's go.
There's chapters in notepads, where the have lots rub from the don't haves, where the caps locks lost in the phone tap emojis, minus emotion and vocab. 7 years past, let me brush you for part 2. Never let them tell you what you can and you can't do. They don't know where you stand cause they aren't you. Love yourself to the core even when it's hard to try.
Ooh, they don't know where you stand because they aren't you. Love yourself to the core. But what?
Brush you for part 2. Never let them tell you what you can and you can't do. They don't know where you stand cause they aren't you. Love yourself to the core even when it's hard to try no more. Shout.
Facts, man. Love yourself to the core even when it's hard to. I'm guilty of that myself, man. Like, I didn't start loving myself till like this year in my life, and I'm almost 30. I'm 29. You know what I mean? It took me on, like, well, hopefully less than half my life to figure it out and finally be happy for myself. I kept putting happiness into other people, or happiness in the job, or happiness in this and that. It didn't work, man. You have to work from the core to get yourself happy. You know what I mean? It takes time. It takes time. Like, I'm still figuring shit out about myself. Like, I thought I had stuff figured out at 24. And I'm sitting at 29 looking back at how I was at 24 thinking how stupid I was. Oh man, we'll get into some crazy stories if y'all want to hear that about me being crazy. Oh man. I look back and I'm just like, what the fuck? Anyway, let's go back to Lowkey. Y'all ain't here to hear me talk.
And sing, violence to silence the loudest thing. They don't know about the power the Shaolin brings. Place a rock for a mountain that outlives him like Mao.
Gonna rewind because I think I heard something. He said violence is the silence that loudness brings or something like that.
Ain't no more shout and sing, violence to silence the loudest thing. They don't know about the power the Shaolin brings. Place a rock for a mountain that outlives him like Malcolm did. We are out of sync and out of time by the sound of things. Arms long like Dawson is how to win. Best murder machine gets crowned the king. But what about the voices that can't be heard? Breast barons.
Best murder machine gets crowned the king. What do you think about that, America?
Things arms long like Dawson is how to win. Best murder machine gets crowned the king. But what about the voices that can't be heard? Breast barons witch hunt like McCarthy purge. You're lying to yourself, the past seems worse. Cause I can get dark, more dark than a dark more. I can get dark like a dark night and dark more dark like dark 4 at 4:30 a.m. So why you dummies?
Dark like dark 4. Ooh, damn. Ooh.
Dark than a dark more. I can get dark like a dark night and dark more dark like dark 4 at 4:30 a.m. So why you dummies getting dark for? Not shy to defend it, don't try to prevent this. A mind is tremendous as Einstein or Midas. I meant this, I rise from the trenches like Vikings. I'm fighting for my independence, my rhymes are relentless.
You damn right your rhymes are relentless. Y'all hear that rhyme scheme? Yeah! Let's hear that again.
We're not shy to defend it, don't try to prevent. I can get dark like a dark night and dark more dark like dark 4 at 4:30 a.m. So why you dummies getting dark for? Not shy to defend it, don't try to prevent this. A mind is tremendous as Einstein or Midas. I meant this, I rise.
My mind is tremendous like Einstein and Midas. Fucking right it is. You fucking right it is.
Dark more dark like dark 4 at 4:30 a.m. So why you dummies getting dark for? Not shy to defend it, don't try to prevent it.
So I'm sorry to keep pausing, but his wordplay is insane. It's ridiculous.
A mind is tremendous as Einstein or Midas. I meant this, I rise from the trenches like Vikings. I'm fighting for my independence. My rhymes are relentless. Like a right to your dentures. Your rhymes are as violent as fencing. My rhymes are offensive, as violent as Genghis through pride and resentment. Misers cry to lament this. How foul could you...
Pause. Whoa. We're going back. Did I hear something? What? First of all, he said he rose himself out of the trenches. I'm trying to find my independence.
Fighting for my independence, my rhymes are relentless. Like a right to your dentures, your rhymes are as...
My rhymes are relentless, like I write... He did not say like I write to your dentures, did he? If he did, I don't get it. That bar went over my head. If he didn't, could y'all play that up for me? Ugh.
Violent as fencing, my rhymes are offensive, as violent as Genghis through pride and resentment. Misers...
My rhymes are violent like... Did he say something about Genghis? Like Genghis Khan and motherfucker?
My rhymes are offensive, as violent as Genghis through pride and resentment. Misers cry to lament this. How foul could your mouth be? How could you doubt me? That's random, like a row with a Mountie. Or an Lowkey driving his Audi to Saudi. Or Bush and Blair making rap albums about peace. You ready for the...
Oh my god! Drive an Audi to Saudi and make an album about... Oh my... Got my head shaking, headphones about to fly off.
Or Bush and Blair making rap albums about peace. You ready for the rumble? Headed for a tumble. Definitely better any veteran among you. They should have told you if they...
Ooh, definitely better than any veteran among you. You damn right there. Holy shit. I like that better.
Anybody loves you, a level of relevance you will never get above to. I murk it with ease, burn it indeed. Merge with the beat like the birds and the bees. They want food for thought, I will serve them a feast. Not commercial, believe that I nurture the niche much.
Oh, my food for thought, I will serve you a feast. Oh, I love this guy, man. Shout out to Lowkey. I don't know if you'll ever see this, but fuck, man. You are awesome.
With the beat like the birds and the bees, they want food for thought. I will serve them a feast, not commercial. Believe that I nurture the niche. Much love to those doing reaction vids, rap kids acting tacticless, better off practicing mad backflips with a bad slip disc and fractured wrist to master this. Know what the answer is? Who's got bars that carve to the?
Okay, I got thrown up by the reaction vid line because I was literally just talking about it. But let's hear what he had to say.
Better off practicing mad backflips with a bad slip disc and fractured wrist.
I gotta get better at every line game.
Will level the relevance you will never get above to. I murk it with ease, burn it indeed. Merge with the beat like the birds and the bees. They want food for thought, I will serve them a feast. Not commercial, believe that I nurture the niche. Much love to those doing react.
No commercial, no commercial. He's not mainstream. He nurtured this niche. See this one. Oh man.
Action vids, rap kids act big, but tacticless, better off practicing mad backflips with a bad slip disc and fractured wrist to master this. Know what the answer is? Who's got bars that carve to the heart of this?
That is nuts. He did this. He's comparing like these rap kids don't gonna stop. I do this. He's using. I'm pretty sure it's a metaphor, like doing backflips with a broken back and a busted wrist and fucking. Dog, that's a sick metaphor, man. How the hell?
Practicing mad backflips with a bad slip disc and fractured wrist to master this. Know what the answer is? Who's got bars that carve to the heart of this? Regardless, I blame SP for starting this. What's fire in the root to an arsonist? Guys don't make me rap guy.
Ooh, I blame SB for starting this. SB TV. What's fire in the boot to an arsonist? Oh man. I really hope y'all don't think I'm like phoning up these reactions like these. It legit blows my brain when I hear stuff like this, man. This is how much I love hip hop. Like, I hang on to every word. Some people hear hip hop, I really listen, you know what I mean? And I know y'all do too, like, I can just tell, like, I love it. I love this and I love you. This is fucking, this is awesome.
Guys don't make me rap, guys don't make me rap. Might go crazy, atmosphere to master this. Know what the answer is? Who's got bars that carve to the heart of this? Regardless, I blame SP for starting this. What's fire in the root to an arsonist? Guys don't make me rap, guys don't make me rap, guys don't make me rap. Might go crazy, atmosphere in the boot to a pyromaniac. Please bro, he don't need no heat though. Was fire in the boot to the dragon Ricky Steamboat. 7 years out, never feared out. Any peers proud, whatever the weather, better clear out. You're a mere mouse, I'm here now to tear down what you care about. Man's clout can never compare now. Back worse than ever before. Rebel with a cause you can.
Man's clout can never compare now. What you just said, Batman, rebel with a cause?
Years out, never feared out. Any peers proud, whatever the weather, better clear out. You're a mere mouse, I'm here now to tear down what you care about. Man's clout can never compare now. Back worse than ever before. Rebel with a cause you could never ignore. If anyone thought I never did it with metaphors that were better than yours, I rendered the sentiments several with swords and dead on the floors. Let them have a bite, but that was bad advice if you fraternize. Know what man I like when I'm man a mic. About as bad as balance like when he's banning guys. Had enough of savage lies getting sanitized. Asinine pantomime's got you paralyzed. Got a panoramic mind when I strategize. Agonize, analyze for a spat of rhyme. Merciless mystic birth as a misfit journalistic gift with the verb and its instinct. They heard that I did this. Cursed as an infant but burst with a verse like the first in existence. Billionaires, they don't want Corbyn in. We nearly are there. Hit him with a 4-kick spin. They're silly and scared. Running on a 4-foot ting. Hearing impaired thinking I'm a Nordic king. We fought the cowards with corporate towers, trying to force them out the corridors of power. And the taste makers were sort of sour. Vultures circle, leave the corpse devour. But I'm back now. Let's keep going.
Oh my god. Look at his demeanor, man. Like, let's keep going. Oh, he's counting him out. He said 50 down.
150 bars for the redistribution of power. Exclusive. Listen. Power to those that read bell hooks. Power to those that sell books. Power to those who know how the inside of a cell looks.
Power to those who rebel. Power to those. Gives power to those who sell books.
Exclusive. Listen. Power to those that read bell hooks, power to those that sell books, power to those who know how the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone.
Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Oh.
Feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone, seeking solace in the calmness. Power to those feeling stained.
Whew. That line hit me like a brick to the chest. Power to those who are alone, seeking solace in the calmness. Whew. God damn, man. Whew. How many of y'all feel like that? For real, for real. I know I can't be the only one. Like, damn.
How the inside of a cell looks. All those feeling helpless, forgotten or discarded. Power to the strange fruit they thought was rotten in the garden. Power to those sitting alone, seeking solace in the calmness. Power to those feeling stained, know your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those that keep their keys returning.
Power to those who sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Man, you're damn right about that. Education does not make you smart. It doesn't mean you have knowledge. You could... If you don't understand how the world works, if you don't have any sense of street smarts, I'm not saying you're fucked, but the lower man, so to speak, on the totem pole that doesn't have a PhD, he probably makes it a little better through the world and understands it a little better than somebody on the high life, you know what I mean?
This promise, please believe. Power to those that suffer in silence and stain. Know your tomorrow isn't tarnished. Power to those that sweep the streets with more knowledge than PhDs. Power to those that keep their keys return. This promise, please believe. Power to those that suffer in silence, those it hurts to hear. Power to those that hold their ground. Power to those that persevere. Power to those that love humanity more than they love style. Power to immigrants, probably raising Donald Trump's child. Power to the blind who can't imagine what sight is. Power to those...
Power to the immigrants who's raising Donald Trump's child. Why do I feel like I may have heard this before? Did he have another thing that I watched where he said this? Or it could have just been another, I don't know, but let's keep rolling.
More than they love style. Power to immigrants, probably raising Donald Trump's child. Power to the blind who can't imagine what sight is. Power to those staring at the moon and all those working night shifts. Power to the readers, the writers, the illiterate. Power to those that struggle to decolonize their syllabus. Power to the shy ones who always struggle to make friends on the half of humanity worth less than 8 men. Power to those that risk their life to dig the cotton from the ground for the mic I'm spitting on and the phone you're holding now. Power to those that build
yeah.
Power to those that...
Okay, I remember that line. I do remember hearing this. Cause I remember when he said that, I flipped my lid. We gonna keep it going. We gonna keep it going.
Mold the grass and stitch the ball that they're playing in. Power to every rapper that doesn't rap about killing. Power to the builders who built buildings that outlived them. Power to the slaves of ancient Greece that didn't have the right to vote. Democracy dead like Gary Webb when they import it like it's cold. Power to those right to prison. Power to those writing home. Power to those writing poems. Power to those that died alone. Power to Curtis Mayfield. Power to Ronald Isley. Power to the fishermen that were forced into piracy. Power to every person that was working in the library. Power to every nurse that we turn to in our times of need. Power to the unions and the miners that should punish. Power to those that drive the buses and those that collect the rubbish. Power to the youth desiring the truth. Power to every rapper that is dying for a fire in the booth. For those that lost limbs to King Leopold's quota and those risking their lives for the P&O to Dover. Power to union leaders murdered by... Power to victims of this globalized...
Oh, I wonder what he censored there. Oh.
Cosa Nostra, power to those dying on the shores and the borders, power to human beings that were rendered fauna and flora, power to those that cleaned up after the stage show and carnival goers still haunted by Kelso Cole Crane's ghost, power to his picture torsos ever after so many questions never answered. Remember the last words of عبد المحسن السعدون الأمة تنتظر الخدمة الإنجليز لا يوافقون, power to El Jawahiri and his rebellions. They killed his brother Ja'far and he cursed the rotten Thamesians. Enlightened despots pursuing tactics Machiavellian. Chinese steel preceded Europe a millennium. Think about it. Printed press half a millennium. Never get close. Power to Ken Loach and every volunteer in Lesbos. Cuban doctors sent to Sri Lanka through the tsunami. Power to those that cleaned up after the bullying parties. Kids knowing Apple products before they know what an apple is. Forgotten like passengers on the USS Indianapolis. Dying days before they could see what little boys damaged it on the precipice of fascism. Our passiveness is cancerous. Power to those still strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to...
Oh, power to those who are strong enough to dream. Power to what? He must have extended this power part, did he, or something? Because I don't remember hearing that part.
Days before they could see what little boys damaged it on the precipice of fascism. Our passiveness is cancerous. Power to those still strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never. Power to those that sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz.
Facts, man. Oh. Yeah, I don't think I heard this part.
Power to those still strong enough to dream. Power to those that chose not to be a cog in the machine. Power to those that love first and hate never.
Power to those that love first and hate never. Wow. And it says power to those who are stuck sleeping outside in stormy weather. Like, fuck, that's the truth, man. Like, I live in Canada right now. We just got hit with a cold snap. It was like minus 40 Celsius. And we had people in the city that were paying for hotel rooms and stuff like that for homeless people, which is... That's pretty sweet, man. Like, nobody deserves to be in a cold like that. Like, it's... when people look down on people like that, like, they made the choice to be homeless. Are y'all fucking kidding me? They made the choice. Ain't nobody choose to live like that. They just fell on hard times and maybe couldn't get their life back together, and this is the only option that they have left. Never judge a book by its cover, man. For real, for real.
To those who sleep on the streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's...
Okay, maybe I did, because I remember hearing him say that Bone Thugs and Harmony part, because I was like, yeah, man. Bone Thugs and Harmony is dope. Where the fuck they been? They been asleep.
Streets through grey weather. Power to Aziz Ali and Bone Thugs and Harmony. Power to Norman Baker, David Kelly's owner artery. Power to the genocided population of Tasmania. The internet descends to Trump-tastic fantasia. Let them try quote this. You'll never find a better diagnosis than collective psychosis. It's getting quite hopeless, but hope is all we have. Trying to cultivate the positive, not focus on the bad. But the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual, amazing grace in the age of the spectacle.
The rage from a fake intellectual. Wow.
The positive, not focus on the bad, but the globe's under attack. The obnoxious rage of a fake intellectual, amazing grace in the age of the spectacle. Not the first time they found a race is selectable to raise to the pedestal and desecrate the place that translated the decimal. I don't want to tempt fate. Power to corpse washers like Salvador Allende. Power to language learners from Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners. One man's inertia is a... Washers like Salvador Allende. Power to language learners from Bernie Sanders fans to flag burners.
Power to language learners from Bernie Sanders to flag burners. Oh my God. Like, he don't care what side you're on. If you're learning, power to you.
One man's inertia is another man's purpose. In a utopia, a song, we are victorious.
Another man's inertia is another man's purpose? What?
But the bittersweet reality's not this glorious. Power to Coltrane, watching Malcolm X. Power to Paul Robeson under house arrest. Power to Galileo under house arrest. Power to Ibn Haytham under house arrest. Forgive me if I sound obsessed. Forgive me if I sound depressed. Believe me, that's not how it's meant. They probably think I couldn't come back and kill the alphabet.
I have no doubt in my mind that he could come back and re-kill the alphabet. He did it backwards. Backwards. And I don't even think he stumbled. Crazy. Y'all can kill the alphabet forward. Try doing it backwards. I'll wait. We'll wait. Other than Lowkey, who you got? I ain't got nobody.
Down to the last 50 before Orientalism.
Ooh.
Quincy Tones. Let's do it. El-Khwarizmi estimated the circumference of the globe at a time when Europe thought the earth was flat and couldn't tell the time of day. The astrolabe paved the way for the clock. Now I'm about to turn it back. Was the Paranoon of Ibn Sina perceived as backwards when Oxford scholars deemed bathing a heathen practice? History from Aristotle to Kindi as we gather innovations of it. The Paranoon of Ibn Sina astrolabe paved the way.
I had to rewind. I had to rewind because, like I said, when I listened to Lowkey, I started learning something. He said something that I didn't catch. So, sorry, y'all. I apologize.
For the clock now, I'm about to turn it back. Was the Paranoon of Ibn Sina perceived as backwards when Oxford scholars deemed bathing a heathen practice? History from Aristotle to Kindi as we gather innovations of Ibn Haytham to Da Vinci and the camera. Us, Roger Bacon, Galileo, and Adelard of Bath and Chartres before Copernicus. Century and a half, House of Wisdom books, weight in gold. Answers to conundrums, Cheng Ho sailed the sea before the Gama and Columbus. You are not who they say you are. You're blessed with a choice.
Facts, man. They teach you in school that Columbus was the first person to come over. Nah. And I just learned today from Joe Rogan and Neil deGrasse Tyson podcast that apparently Christopher Columbus brought back syphilis from North America in 1492. There was the first case over in... That is disgusting. Ugh. Yeah, man, people, they teach you that in school that Columbus sailed the ocean blue, blah, 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 blah. They made a fucking poem out of it. He was not the first person there.
The scholars deem bathing a heathen practice. History from Aristotle to Kindi as we gather innovations of Ibn Haytham to Da Vinci and the camera. Us, Roger Bacon, Galileo, and Adelard of Bath and Chartres before Copernicus. Century and a half, House of Wisdom books, weight in gold. Answers to conundrums, Cheng Ho sailed the sea before the Gama and Columbus. You are not who they say you are. You're blessed with a choice. Here since the 700s, look at King Arthur's coins. You can do whatever it is that you want to do. There's a crater named after El Moon on the moon. Civilizations build on each other, not each to their own. My question, if people are equal like the teeth of a comb, where Duhh, Mansa Musa,
Oh man, see? People are equal like the teeth of a comb? Huh?
Is that you want to do. There's a crater named after El Moon on the moon. Civilizations build on each other, not each to their own. My question, if people are equal like the teeth of a comb, where Duhh, Mansa Musa, Malik Najashi, Abid. I didn't think so, but it seems Sha'bi Nasi what I need. Check yourself, check Raphael's depiction of Ibn Rushd. Think twice, study history, give it a different look. Curriculums literally littered with pitfalls of ridicule. Fatima Fehri founded one of the oldest still existing schools. It's deeper than some rhymes I'm providing for the listener. No surprise for a spit of the...
Facts, man. It's deeper than the rhymes that I'm providing for the listener. Like, I'm sitting here going like, he's telling me stuff that I had never heard about. Who was that he said founded one of the first schools?
Rushed, think twice, study history, give it a different look. Curriculums literally littered with pitfalls of ridicule. Fatima al-Fahri founded one of the oldest still existing schools. It's deeper than some rhymes I'm providing for the listener. No surprise for a spitter, the word cipher came from Sifr. Is the next Yunus Mahmoud among 4 million orphan babies.
See? What? The word cipher came from what? Man, I wish I could blow my tongue like how he does so I could say it correctly.
Al-Fahri founded one of the oldest still existing schools. It's deeper than some rhymes I'm providing for the listener. No surprise for a spitter, the word cipher came from Sifr. Is the next Yunus Mahmoud among 4 million orphan babies. What if Yusuf Mardini wasn't able to swim to safety? It could be Steve Jobs is starving under Hisar. It would be Zah Hadid just died in the Infajar. Through your blood flows go Yamish and Abu Nawas. Your future's bigger than the pain of your present and your past. We strive to be
That line gave me goosebumps. Your future is bigger than your pain and your past.
Which is bigger than the pain of your present and your past.
Future bigger than the pain of the present and the past. Damn. That's deep. Especially for him too, Vegas. Oh. The amount of pain and shit that he went through. I can't even begin to imagine what he went through in the last 7 years.
We strive to be free. Fanon struggled for independence. He wasn't alive to see the countrification, alienation. Souls left so scarred. Idarat al-Tawahish, decapitations on postcards. The occupier left behind or forms a stigma. Insidious settlement of the mind is more malignant. From the ashes of war, no phoenix, that human is lost. We learned Idarat al-Tawahish from Musu and Lacoste. They learned resistance from Mahib Khurshid. And Layla Khalid learned about Jamal from Bu'azza Bubasha and Buhari. If Abdul Qadir was reburied in Al-Jazair Rasta. Proof return will come for diaspora of the Nakba, not the first or the last to break free from the guillotine. Yesterday Al-Jazair, tomorrow Palestine, not the first or the last to break free from the guillotine. Yesterday Al-Jazair, tomorrow Palestine. My love letter to the past. This is my love letter to the future. This is my love letter from the heart. Cause you don't know how beautiful you are. This is my love letter to the past.
Y'all hear that? I know y'all did. I hope every single one of you believes what he just said there.
My love letter to the past. This is my love letter to the future. This is my love letter from the heart. Cause you don't know how beautiful you are. This is my love letter to the past. This is my love letter to the future. This is my love letter from the heart. Cause you don't know how beautiful you are. 200 bucks.
My hair be standing up. My man of color. How he ended that, just again, like he started off talking and then he spit bars and then at the end he went back to talking. Just saying, like, man, I almost wanted to say it was beautiful how he was rapping. And then he talks about, you know, God, man. That last line just really stuck with me, man. I really hope that every single one of you out there realizes how beautiful of a person you actually are. Doesn't matter what anybody thinks about you, it's just their opinion. Fuck it. You are you. You gotta be you, man. Gotta live out your life, follow your dreams, do what you want to do. You know what I mean? Man. 200 bars of power by the man Lowkey. He just never disappoint. That was, I don't hate to say this, but that was fucking beautiful. I feel like I need to go back to class. He even said, Why don't you go learn some history and get your own opinion and rewrite it and learn it for yourself. That was low-key, y'all. That was just fantastic. If you liked this, hit the like button. If you didn't, hit the dislike button. Shout out to every one of you bad motherfuckers. I fucking love all y'all, man. We gonna keep going today. We did Screwface. Yeah, we just did 200 bars. We gonna hop over to Mike Wright, Just Fire in the Booth Part 1. And I got another track after that, which I'll keep y'all updated. So, again, much love to everybody out there, and I'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace out.